Saturday night, it's your favorite show, Izimvo, Zethu, and you are rolling with your girl, your host, your beautiful host, your Lisancham, Studla Senusokobo. Of course, you know that it's hip and happening here. We bring you all the latest news, but the truth, not the gossip, but only the facts. We all know what happened at OR Tambo municipality. Everybody is talking about it on tweets, on Facebook, even on WhatsApp. People are busy discussing it. What happened at OR Tambo municipality, two officials or all the officials who were there were busy using the funds for their personal gain. They claim that they use these funds to utilize them in municipalities' needs, but if you check very well, the funds were missing. But the sad part about it is that no one was held accountable for that. We all know that the role of the municipality is to make sure that public funds are utilized in an efficient and effective manner. Speaking of efficiency, we have an act, Public Finance Management Act 1 of 1999, which states that funds must be regulated in an efficient and effective manner. The person who is holding all those funds must make sure that she or he is doing what is required of the funds, meaning the person must be trusted, because each and everything that is happening, that person must be held liable for that. The Act goes on saying that the expenditures and all the things that are being done with the public funds, they should be done in according with the things that are supposed to be done, not the personal gains. Looking at the story at OR Tambo municipality, the officials, they didn't comply with the above mentioned act. What they do, they just use the money as they please. It's been said in our tweets and Facebook that the money was going on in their drawers and no one could say how much did they make per day. I'm not alone. I'm with my experts here. I invited some experts because I love you so much, my viewers. So we want to make sure that we set the record straight. We give you facts and the truth. I will start here with the mayor of Buffalo City Municipality. He will tell us more what is expected of a mayor when the municipality is being run. Next to him is our lady from the Office of the Public Finance Management. She will tell us more how to handle the public funds. Next to her is our Dr. Sonmaboyapi, the Auditor General in the National Government of South Africa, to tell us more. What did they find there, or what are the duties of an Auditor General? Next to him is our beautiful lady, Mrs. Olelwa Londilimashi. She is the Chief Financial Officer. She will tell us more about how to handle the funds or the role at her office that she plays. She is married, ladies and gentlemen, so don't have any funny thoughts there at home. I'm watching you. Next to her is our new manager. Of course, we told you that we give you all the facts and the truth. So we want to bring it. We want you to hear from the horse's mouth, showing you viewers, especially those who are residing in OR Tambo, just comforting them or ensuring them that they are in good hands now because she is the new lady in town. Watch out, guys. Of course, we have our debt manager from the Office of Debt Manager Department. This guy will tell us more what can happen if you are found guilty of embezzling public funds. He will tell us more about that. Without wasting any more time, I'm going to hand over to our Auditor General, Dr. Sonmaboyapi, to tell us more. What did they find in the OR Tambo municipality?
Thank you very much, Cecily. And it's an honor to be here in this show again. This is not the first time. And first of all, Cecily, briefly, I will come to the point before I come to answer your question. I will come to the point that and give an advice to all public officials in terms of following the Constitution, more especially Chapter 13. That deals with the finance in terms of the procurement, in terms of the treasury. Yeah, Cecily, first of all, coming to the accounting officers, it is good for accounting officers to give us the report so that we can audit those reports, to audit those financial statements and give them the report after 2 months before the end of the year function. The financial year. Secondly, Sisioli, in terms of our duties as accounting officer, as the Auditor General's office, is to make those reports and report to the Parliament as well. Hence, our main aim is based on one thing, that is economic, efficient, and effective management. Another thing, Sisioli, is that when it comes to auditing those financial statements, it is important to work hand in hand, as we do with the Financial and Fiscal Commission. If you can know, in terms of the Constitution, the financial...
Our Auditor General raised a very important point there, that there are procedures, there are policies, there are rules that need to be followed when there's an expenditure that needs to be done, because those things need to be submitted to the Auditor's office and to the Parliament at large. So it's not about OR Tambo municipality, but it's going to the Parliament also. Okay, moving right along, we have our Chief Financial Officer, Mrs. Kolelwa Mashi, to tell us more her role as a CFO at her office and what needs to be done in this municipality to ensure that we avoid all these things that made a media to rove around.
Thank you very much, Yoli. I'm glad to be here today. I'm Kolelwa, as you already said, that I'm from Naizna municipality. I'm the Chief Financial Officer there. Any organization needs to have CFO. CFO is responsible for accounting and finance functions. CFO, the role of the CFO is to train finance unit and also other staff on raising awareness and knowledge of financial management matters. And then also, he or she must ensure adequate control are installed and documents are approved and as well are available. It is very important that CFO must ensure that adequate cash flow is in place. When I'm talking about the cash flow, I'm talking about petty cash, where people can be able to utilize money for organization needs, so that if they run out of something, they can take money and then they can go and buy, but those things need to be recorded. In order to run the organization in a perfect way, you need, as a financial officer, officer, you need to gather information, you need to record information, and you need to process the information as well. By doing so, it helps you to make sure that you do have the records, so that when the financial year comes, you can produce something to the auditors. And while as you are responsible to make sure that you organize auditing or quarterly auditing, and also you must make sure before you go for quarterly auditing, you make sure that you get all the monthly financial statements so that you can do your reconciliation. Otherwise, if you're not doing that, you will end up losing the money. And we all know that to avoid losing the money in the company, you must have things in record. And by doing that, you're protecting the company not becoming insolvent. Because once the company becomes insolvent, you are going to the organization will end up going for debts, which is we all don't want to see things like that. And then also the system, regarding the story that we already had, the banking system was very poor in the municipality, because nowadays all the organizations, they do have agreement with banks, and then the banks, they send their agencies to collect money that is made in the previous day. By doing that, you are securing all the funds so that there will be no wasteful and unexpected expenditures in the municipality.
Mrs. Mashi has raised a very important point there, saying that each and every financial decision that has to be made has to go to the treasury. And of course, she mentioned that In order to avoid this havoc of money staying in drawers, there must be recordings. Meaning, if for instance, there's 10,000 that was paid to that municipality a day, it must be recorded. It must not be kept in drawers, so that each and every time the financial statements are being drawn, they must know which money, how much money did that and how much did that. Of course, you are still with us, Izimvo Zethu. We are going to take a short break now. After the break, we are going to bring you nothing but the truth. You know our motto.
This time of year, no one should have to eat alone. So get a Nando's 6-pack meal for 6.
Welcome back, viewers. If you just joined us, it's your favorite show, Izimvo Zethu, with your host, Yoli Sancham, bringing you nothing but the truth, the facts, not the gossip. We don't like gossip here, we roll with the truth. We spoke about the recording of the money. Our chief financial officer said that, and our auditor general said that these things need to be recorded in order to be submitted at the auditor's office and be proceeded to the parliament of the South Africa. We are going to ask our public finance management manager, Siphe, to tell us more how to handle public funds, because the two people just told us how to handle funds, but this person is specifically dealing with public funds, so she will tell us more.
Thank you very much, Yolisa, and I'm very honored to be here at this place, and I'm greeting the viewers and the people at large. I'm from the Public Finance Management Office, and we have steps in our office to collect the funds, because as you've seen in the case, there was a misuse of the funds, and the funds is ratepayers' money, meaning it's public money. And you know, public people have a problem when it comes to their money being wasted. So what we did, we have steps collecting that money due to department's trading entity, preventing unauthorized expenditure. So what we did there, we make sure that we report what is happening within the organization, and we make sure that we report everything to the financial officers and the treasuries, so that they would have control over what the money going in and coming out. And what we do, we also submit information to auditor generals, people who are doing findings and auditing about the municipality, because in this case money was being placed in drawers and buckets, and anyone had access to it, meaning there was no one appointed for that certain area, so that the person can be accountable. And in our act, it states that the funds should be held or managed in an effective and efficient manner, and the person responsible for that money should be trusted, meaning the person responsible for that money should be able to take control over the measures and the finances happening within that department. And we do transferring of assets and liabilities, the division within votes, and assigning powers and duties to people. With that, we also take that to audits, so that the auditor generals can do all the findings and everything with the money within the department. So that is important with us, because for us public finance officers, we do that because we know that we're safeguarding the department's money, so that everything would roll in accordance. So thank you very much, Shirley.
That was a very important point. We all seen in our three speakers that the only important part in here is to follow proper procedures. There are policies. Each and every house has rules. If you tell your daughter that you must come back at 6 o'clock, your daughter must not come back at 9 o'clock. So in this office, that's what happens also. If the money should be given to someone who is trusted with it, that money must be utilized for that specific reason, which is making sure that the service delivery is a success. I want waste much time on that. I will just, there are people out there who wants to see that how can this thing be insured, because these people that I just introduced here, they are not working in that municipality, they have their offices. But here we have someone who is working at the municipality, at Buffalo City Municipality. He is a mayor there, so he must make sure that the viewers understand what's the role of a mayor, to make sure that their rates money is being taken care of. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Before answering your question, I would like to briefly explain what the Public Finance Management Act states. PMFM states that public officials should be responsible in effective, efficient, economical, and transparent of use of financial and other resources within that specific area. Coming to the case, the public officials choose to ignore this act by not showing transparency. They didn't keep the records of what they were doing. The matters was getting in and getting out or not written down. So it makes them easy for them to steal the money and without getting caught. Moving on to performance measurements. Performance measurement is a performance measurement.
You know, the officials have told us many important things, but our mayor has raised a very important issue with this transparency. In each and every organization, people must be transparent. So our mayor has told everyone, especially at home, if you want to be a mayor or if you want to work in the office where you will deal with public funds, you must make sure that you are transparent. So coming back to our mayor, what things can be done in this municipality to ensure that this organization is running smoothly?
Yes, it's all about performance measurement and an output that can be determined by effective, efficient, economical, and equity. Effectiveness only means about doing the right things. Coming to the case, doing the right thing will be hiring more staff that is more competent, and staff that, even the case state that some of the staff members didn't know what they were doing. And also coming to security measures, the organization should put some cameras there to make sure that everyone in the organization is known. And to avoid money being stolen from drawers, they should have a safe deposit box where the money should be kept there. Moving on to efficiency. Efficiency is all about doing the right thing, doing the thing the right way. Doing things the right way will be hiring only following proper procedures on hiring new staff, by doing the time they're checking if the people are not being fired from other municipalities for doing corruption, and also to avoid nepotism. Economy is all about saving the money. So the organization should when they're buying, they should issue tender and buy things in bulk to save money from the organization.
Our mayor has raised a very important point here, stating that people who are hired must be entrusted with public funds. Meaning, if you are going to hire somebody, you need to show that you do a background check to avoid things like this happening, things that happen in Tambo, to avoid them happening in other municipalities. After the break, we're gonna talk to our two experts here, who are going to tell us what can be expected from OR Tambo municipality right after the break.
Hi, I've been hearing this propaganda about this Vodacom and all its fancy tools and stuff, but I don't understand. I mean, we've been having it. They talk about things like up-to-the-minute weather reports. But come on, man.
Hey, Keita! How hot is it out there?
Boiling, sir.
You see? We've been having it.
These people are telling me about email, a fast way to send letters and memoranda. Hit send. You see? We've been having it. There's another thing that they just can't seem to stop yapping about. This mobile TV. TV on the move? Jomo? You see, my friends, we've been having it. Then they tell me that you can get full songs playing when your phone rings. Jomo, call me.
Side with me! We've been having
back to those who just joined us. You didn't miss it all. Of course, some speakers have spoken, but we love you so much, so you can't miss everything that happened in the show. So we're gonna give you our speaker from this municipality, because I'm sure you want to be ensured that things are going to run smoothly now, things are going to be done by the book, but of course all the ratepayers need to be ensured that their money is doing the right things. Of course, we want you, our favorite viewers, to hear from the horse's mouth, from our new manager at OR Tambo Municipality to tell us more.
Thank you very much, Sisioli. My name is Noluthando and I'm the new manager of OR Tambo Municipality. As the new management, we have implemented the internal control measures that the manager was supposed to have used to avoid this incident. There are three important internal control measures, which is directive controls, preventative controls, and detective control. Directive control measures is often present in management's approach in directing certain activities of the institution by ensuring political and executive policies are carried out and address community needs. The second one is preventative controls. Preventative controls are designed to prevent or determine the occurrence of the errors or undesirable outcomes, making them more cost-effective than detective controls. They are also known as before effect. And the last one is detective control. Detective controls are designed to detect errors after they have occurred. The purpose of detective controls is to measure effectiveness of preventative controls and to detect errors. Thank you.
That was very much good by our new manager. There's a saying that says prevention is better than cure. So our manager has raised the issue that things that happened in the beginning when running this OR Tambo municipality must not be repetitive. So they are going to install their measures to make sure that their history does not repeat itself. Of course, all our experts has told us what happens in the running of the office, but I have more interesting character in this talk show of ours who will tell us what happens when you are being found guilty of embezzling the funds, and he will tell us more about his office. This person is Wanda Joni from the Office of Debt Management.
Thank you very much, Ms. Yoli Cham, for invitation in your program. I am Wanda Joni from Debt Management Expertise Cluster. We have been told, or it has been alleged from our office, that the OR Tambo municipality officials have been accused, or they are suspected of misusing the funds of the state. We then therefore look at the particular cases that we have been conducting previously in order to compare what has been put on our table with what has happened earlier. Then we look at the types or the kinds of the debts, where we could usually look at the specific circumstances under which the debt occurred by the institution could be settled within the department. We then have looked and scrutinized each and every kind of the situation happened, and we have finalized that this kind of debt, if it does happen in any kind of the municipality, it then becomes beyond the prescribed circumstances where we can actually settle it off. As the institutions are actually waging wars against the corruption and misuse of the finances, it therefore comes as a surprise to us that the institutions are still so wasteful when it comes to the resources. And it took very long for the employees, or there is no one who actually identifies people who are misusing the money. But we could see from the pattern that it's fluctuating. It doesn't go up right now. Now there are implementations that have been put in place, and from the findings of the Auditor General, we can deduce that any kind of the maladministration that has been happening is done purposefully, and it is highly secured by those who are involved in it. At this moment, the Auditor General Act number 12 of 1995 did not specifically come with names of the people who are involved in this kind of situation. But as it has come to our attention, we then look at it in a way that it could be preventable, that it does not happen in future. Then we have seen how it happens, and we have seen that, okay, there are people who are actually doing this kind of misusing the funds. And then we have looked at various circumstances where they could easily take the money back if they are identifiable. Then they need to be reminded that they are actually running the state funds, or they are using the state or the public funds, not of their own spaza shops. And then we have looked at it in a way that if it comes to a conclusion, we should look at the way of the final report that should be used, where a report could be recommended that it should come with the list of names of the people involved, and also their positions, their occupations, and then followed with the charge. And the charge in this kind of OR Tambo municipality, it could be incompetence and maladministrativeness that has took place. And then the findings, the people, they don't even ask for the approvals from the senior or the authority from the higher ranking managers, and they are doing as they please. They are dishonesty, and they are showing that they have no loyalty to the organization. Then we look at the recommendations being guided by our own legislations, which could be the Public Finance Management Act of 1999. And then that act clearly states us on Section 86. It tells us about the proceedings in the criminals or the offenses by the officials who are in the possession of money. Where the official has been found or is being suspected of being in misusing the funds, that official should be paying the money back. That is the conviction. He is liable to pay the money back. In this case, at the debt management, we can follow up the collection processes. And then where employee is not able to pay that money back, then there is an imprisonment where we can take up to 5 years in prison because of stealing the state funds. From then, I think it.
That was the manager from the debt management department, Wanajon. Of course, he's the one who catches all the bad guys. Good people, all the things come to an end, but of course, I love you so much, viewers. So I will just give our experts 1 minute, not 1 minute, in fact, just few seconds into just saying, finishing their speeches, but only to say goodbye to you because we love you so much. I would like to appeal to all the people, especially from the HR department. When you are hiring a person, you must make sure that person is qualified and is well trained to do that job, to avoid things that happen at OR Tambo municipality, because it simply showed that there was no training involved, and people seeing at the things that they did, you can't say that person is qualified to do that job. But I will just hand over to our experts to just say one last line into saying goodbye. I will start to our Auditor General, Mr. Sonwa Boyapi, to just say goodbye to the viewers and tell them what did he find out in that municipality, or what damage did it do in the image of the municipalities.
Thank you very much, Sisioli. Sisioli, first of all, in terms of the findings, actually, based on our investigation, it's not yet, I'm not going to expose the names, I'm going to hide it so far, just because in terms of the investigation, we have few names that are involved in this matter, but we are not going to put it in public at the moment up until we finalize the investigation. Sisioli, my advice to all public officials is to practice, as I said that at the beginning, that they're supposed to practice at least Constitution, more especially Chapter 13, I will just highlight some few things on chapter 13, whereby it talks about equity of allocations of resources. And also take a look on chapter 9 that specifies the duties of the Auditor General. Just because we will be after them, after each and every municipality and each and every state department, we will make sure that we do auditing. Izawusuka induku sisi isisila senkuku sibonakala mhlala igqothayo siyayiphinda siyitsho. Enkosi.
I'm starting to wonder now, like you viewers at home, who could this name be? But you know your favorite show will bring it to you. Once the name are revealed, you will hear from your favorite show, Izimvo Zethu. Of course, we're gonna give our Chief Financial Officer just a few minutes to just tell us that what happens in the municipality's finances side when you are dealing with the money that the ratepayers pay. What things you need to follow, just few things of them.
Thank you very much, Yoli. Just to conclude everything I've said before, in order to handle funds effectively and efficiently, each and any organization needs to appoint a treasurer. It is very important to have a treasurer because he or she plays a very big role, because he is the one or she is the one who prevents all the unexpected expenditures, wasteful and fruitless money. So by saying those words, people outside there, they need to be very, very careful when they're using public funds. Thank you.
Of course, our Chief Financial Officer has said it better, that people must be careful, especially when you are using money. You know what money do to people. I'm going to give to our manager from the Public Finance Management Office to just conclude in this matter how the official should handle the public funds.
Thank you very much, Yoli. I don't have much to say when concluding, but I just want to advise the financial officers of the municipality that they should make sure that the money that they handle within the department, because of its people's money, it's not their money. They shouldn't take it in that manner that they can use whatever money, because once they do, people and they find out about it, they would start using money and they would start chaos, they will strike. So you better make sure that the money is in the hands of a person who's trusted. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much from our beautiful lady from the Public Finance Management. Of course, I'm going to give it to our mayor to just advise someone who is a mayor out there or someone who wants to be a mayor one day, because he is the brain behind all the running of the municipality, to just give a word of advice to the mayors.
Thank you, Sisioli. As mayors all know that the role of the mayor is to provide good leadership. So if there's a good leadership, there will be, the municipality will be great. They say it takes two to tango.
Of course, our mayor has said it, that it takes two to tango, meaning you can't run the municipality alone. You're supposed to be work hand in hand with abanye abantu. I'm just going to give our new manager the chance to just ensure or to just tell our viewers what to expect from OR Tambo.
As the new manager of OR Tambo municipality, I want to tell the community of OR Tambo municipality that they should expect a good service delivery from our municipality. And if a person feels that they have been treated unfairly, I will leave my contact details on the show, then you can contact us.
Of course, you are being satisfied now, you are being ensured from the manager. Of course, you saw the manager in your favorite show, Izimvo Zethu. I'm just going to give our debt manager from the Office of the Debt Management Department, Mr. Joni, to tell us, just to briefly tell us what can be done if the person is found guilty. What are the measures to be taken when the debt has to be written off, just to be exact.
Thank you very much, Maria, again. Okay, when it comes to writing off the debts, we have circumstances where we have to look at, and then it should be easy for us to recoup the funds that were misused by the department. And in this regard, we only look at if the employee is still employed, or in any case, if the employee can be traceable, then it is easy to recoup the fund again. On the other hand, if the employee is no longer working for the department, then we have to look at circumstances that we can write the debt off, especially if it is below 10,000 rand. Then to reflect on accountability and responsibilities. Had there been effective internal controls or the understanding of financial management or acts, then we guess that there would have been no such maladministrativeness. Thank you, sir.
All the good things come to an end, beautiful people out there. So we must just love and leave you now to make sure that you join us next week, same time, same place. Of course, we want to hear what you think of us. Follow us on Izimvo Zethu on Facebook, and please just follow us on Twitter at Zimvoz01. Of course, you can drop us an email at zimvozethu.co.za, and you can call us on the number that is reflected on your screen. Till next week, we love you. God bless.
Hey, welcome for see you're independent. Let's go 50-50. I got it. Welcome to independent. How 50-50. I got it.